guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to discuss all the music I am looking forward to this year. But first, today's video is sponsored by Defy. Basically, you go on Defy and you can pick out phone cases for the phone that you have. You can put your name on it, you can customize them, you can have ones that are already made. They just come in so many different options. I like to change mine out. I'm feeling very blue mood, but if you look, my name is down at the bottom. Defy cases have 2 layers of technology, which make sure that they are drop test approved for 9.8 feet. Defy cases also allow for wireless charging and are 5G compatible. Defy cases are made of 65% recycled and plant-based material, and the packaging that Defy cases come in are 100% recycled, so that makes it great for the environment. Defy cases have something that is called Defy, which basically means it has an antimicrobial coating that kills up to 99% of bacteria, which is great for the times that we are living in. You can know that your phone is clean and that your phone is safe. Defy cases are non-toxic and non-hazardous. So if you would like to get you a Defy case, go to CaseDefy.com/told by Kenya and you can get 15% off your order. Defy, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video, and let's get on in. Hello you guys, I am here to talk about all of the artists that I am looking forward to this year. I made a pretty good list. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so first person that I am looking forward to coming this year, you already know it's Beyonce. Beyonce been missing. Hopefully by the time I post this video, Beyonce has come, but I doubt it. I want Beyonce to come. I don't know what music I want from Beyonce. I am done speculating. Last year, I spent time speculating on the type of music that I want Beyonce to make. I just know Beyonce is going to come. Beyonce is going to come and it is going to blow me away. I'm afraid. I am afraid of what Beyonce is going to do. Now, I would like some collabs. From Beyonce this album. My pipe dream is a Mariah Carey collab. I want I want a Mariah Carey Beyonce collab. I want to breathe. What it would do to me. I would also love a Beyonce Brandy collab. What it would do to me. I'm ready for Beyonce. Beyonce, where are you? You are missing. Where are you? I am ready for B7. I am ready to see the visuals Beyonce is going to give to us. I hope it's a movie. I hope it's just everything, I hope Beyonce's not over it. Beyonce has just been at the top of her game since she's been in the game, and I just hope she's not over it and she still wants to feed the kids. I hope she still wants to feed me. I cannot wait for Beyonce to come. You guys know Beyonce is my #1. If you are new around here, I am Beyonce stan till I die. I have been a Beyonce stan ever since I saw my very first Destiny's Child music video. I knew she was going to be the one. I was a complete and utter stan the first time I saw the video for Independent Woman, and I didn't even know what being a stan was back then. Beyonce is my #1. It was B-Day. I hear I'm going into a rant. It was B-Day that made me oh, I'm gonna like this woman forever. I have phases with Beyonce where I'm oh, I remember the first time Independent Woman was the first time I vividly remember seeing Beyonce and being that's my bitch. And then when B-Day came out and the Check on It video, the Deja Vu video, that era of Beyonce was when I was I'm going to love this bitch forever. She's going to be my #1 forever. And then it just keeps, Single Ladies was when I was oh, this woman is a legend. Then 4 was when I was oh, this bitch, no one's seeing her. Then Self-Titled was when I was oh, if you have something negative to say about Beyonce, you're just delusional. And then Lemonade was when I was this woman is just beyond her peers. That no one's ever gonna touch her. I believe she was the greatest entertainer of all time. And then we're here now. Sorry. That's my Beyonce journey. Anyways, the next people who I want to see this year is Chloe and Halle. I know Chloe is doing solo work. Halle probably still has to clean up some vocals on Little Mermaid. I don't know what the girls are doing, but I'm ready for them to come back together. Let's get back to what we know. I'm ready to get back to what we know. I'm ready. Ungodly. I have played Ungodly Hour out. I have played Ungodly Hour out. Like, I'm sorry. It's time to get some new tunes. It's time to get some new tunes. Like, this is why I'm so excited for a Chloe and Halle album, and I hope we get one at the end of the year. I'm excited for a Chloe and Halle album because I feel like Ungodly Hour was that like turn, you know, where it's like, oh, they stepping into their grown women. And now we're here. Now we're here, and I just feel like over the past like year and a half, what the two girls have like gone through, like all of that, we're about to get their best album yet. I don't know if they're working on one. They're probably just both going to work on solo music, but I'm here to say, I'm here to convince Hope. I'm here to convince Hope that the girls are ready. The girls are ready to come back, and it is time. It is time for a Chloe and Halle album. Anyways, another person who I want to put out a album this year, I want to hear an Usher R&B album. Me and Usher have a love-hate relationship. I love R&B Usher. I do. I've listened to more Usher albums than I think most people have, because Usher always has one or two songs on his album that like become my jam. They become my jam. Usher likes to do this little trap thing, like this little trap thing. His last album was bad. I'm just going to say it. I'm beating around the bush. His last album was not good. It was not good because Usher doesn't realize what his bag is. Usher sings better than everyone who is doing R&B music right now and is a man. Sorry. Usher, you can sing down. You can sing down. And that's what you need to give us. Usher needs to give us grown, sexy R&B. That is what Usher needs to give us. And so I want Usher to know that. And Usher needs to give us a really good album this year. Usher still has good albums in him. I know it. I know it. Usher needs to give us a good album. The next person who I want an album from this year, but I'm not pressuring. This is just my pipe dreams. This is me putting out my list and seeing what sticks. At the end of the year, I'll make a video and we'll revisit this and watch none of these people came. Beyonce, if you don't come this year, I'll fight you. Like, it's just really nothing. It's just really nothing for me to pull up to the house. Like, I will fight you. But watch none of these people come, and, you know, I just have to deal with my life. Frank Ocean, can I bother you for an album? Frank Ocean? Okay. You know how I said Beyonce is my number one? She is. Beyonce is my number one with Room, but Frank Ocean is right here. I have been a Frank Ocean stan since he dropped Nostalgia Ultra. I was like on Tumblr. I was in the Frank Ocean community. Like, I have been a Frank Ocean stan longer than a lot of you guys been on the internet. I love Frank Ocean. I do. When Frank Ocean was putting out Endless, I was on the live stream watching him build that staircase. I was there. I was in the trenches. You weren't there. I want a Frank Ocean album. And you know what? If you don't want to give us a Frank Ocean album, I'll be fine. Blonde has gotten me through my worst days. Endless has gotten me through my worst days. Let's be clear on that. But Frank Ocean, if you want to send me and me only the album, I'll take it. In my head, me and Frank Ocean will be the best of friends. Our birthday is only like 2 days apart. Like, we would, like, the Scorpio energy, like, we would have as besties. Like, it would just... So if you want to send me and me only the album, Frank, I can keep a secret. Anyways, the next person I want to put out an album this year is Miley Cyrus. I saw that Miley Cyrus was in the studio with Mike Will Made It, and I see that a lot of Miley stans don't like Mike Will Made It. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Mike Will Made It is a jack of all trades. Like, Mike Will Made It doesn't only do hip-hop stuff. Mike Will Made It dabbles in a little bit of everything. I'm excited for what Miley and Mike Will Made It can do with, like, a rock sound, because we don't want Plastic Hearts 2.0, dude. I'll take it. But we don't need Plastic Hearts 2.0. Like, we can take what we got from Plastic Hearts and we can add to it. So I think Mike Will made it is the perfect person who can add on to that. Now, you do get all the naysayers. They gonna come. Like, that's the thing. If you like Miley Cyrus, like I like Miley Cyrus, the naysayers just don't affect us no more. Like, y'all have said the worst things in the world. Like, you get back up. Like, there's nothing like, if you don't like the girl, you don't like the girl. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna try to make you like the girl. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I like the girl. Anyways, I'm excited for what Mike Will made it and what Miley can do with like a rock sound. I think Miley is very comfortable staying in this rock lane, and I'm excited to see her grow in that lane. And I think it's interesting, like, why do what everyone else has done? Why do what everyone else has done? Like, we can really switch it up. We can really try something new. So I'm very excited to see what Miley Cyrus is gonna put. I think we're gonna get him out. Like, there's a few people at the end of this video, I'll do who I really think is gonna come this year. The next person, Hozier. When I talk about albums that have saved my life, I often don't discuss Wasteland Baby. Let me show you something. I own Wasteland Baby in vinyl because that's how much this album has saved my life. I've never listened to it on vinyl. It's not even open. But that's how much this album saved my life. When this album came in my life, I was broke down, raggedy, down and out. Like, my will to live was at its lowest. At its lowest. Hozier dropped this bad boy. Let me tell you something about the song, Would That I? The song number 12 on Wasteland Baby, Would That I, saved my life. Saved my life. Like, I used to drive to school in the morning. I was in college. I used to drive to school in the morning. One day I'm going to tell you guys the story about how my life was broke down, raggedy, and everything else over on my Patreon. I always tell people on my Patreon, I'm going to give them the story about why my life was so down and out. But another time. But just know, this album is the soundtrack to that time in my life. Like, when I look at the journey of how I got here today, a better person, this is the soundtrack. This is the thing that got me up every morning to get in my car, drive to school, and like keep going, was this album. And that's why I haven't been like begging for Hozier work, because this album still just means everything to me. Back to the point. But Hozier, it's time. It's time. I'm a new Kenya. I'm a new Kenya. Let's not dwell on the past. Let's not dwell on the past. I'm a new Kenya. And Hozier, I need a soundtrack. I need a soundtrack. Hozier needs to tell me what the vibe is. What's the vibe? What's the vibe in Kenya's life? That's what I need from Hozier. I do. I want a Hozier album. Speaking of things that have also changed my life. Paramore After Laughter. Paramore After Laughter. I am looking forward to a Paramore album in the year 2022. Let's see if we get it. In 2017, Paramore dropped this album, and a lot of people didn't appreciate it. This is an album that people have come to like adore, but in its time, when it came out in 2017, Dust, me and my mutual on Twitter, Ray, shout out to you, Ray, we were the only two people living. When the first week sales came out for this album, I was devastated. Because I couldn't believe people were not listening to, in my opinion, Paramore's best work. I wasn't going through a rough time when this album came out, but this album is a soundtrack to that time. Like, this takes me right back to picking my little sister up from school. I was home from college, and I used to pick my little sister up from school because I wasn't doing anything else. And that's what this album sounds. I used to put it on, and me and my sister used to rock out. Number 7 on this album, Pool. Not only is it Paramore's best song ever, it's one of the best songs ever created, and that song is just a soundtrack to that. I felt I was youthful. Like, 2017 was 5 years ago. I was youthful. I was free. Like, I don't know. Like, this album also holds a special place in my heart. So Paramore, what's the vibe? What's the vibe? Like, I believe Paramore right now. So Paramore is right now 3 people. I believe this is the best the best concoction of Paramore we've ever gotten. Like, Zach Farrell on the drums. Like, this is the best concoction. Like, Paramore's lively. Like I love Paramore's other albums. I do. But right now, like, I don't know. Zach Farrell being back on the drums, it just did something to me with Paramore. It relit that, like, fire in Paramore to me. Like, it's just, every song just slaps. I'm waiting for a Paramore album. Next. Mariah Carey, come to the front. Mariah Carey, come to the front. Okay. Remember when I said Beyonce, Frank Ocean? There's Mariah, where my head is right now. So if Frank's here, this is where Mariah Carey goes. This is where Mariah Carey goes. I stand Beyonce down, so it's really hard for me to talk about Mariah Carey because I'm just like so infatuated with Beyonce. But let's be clear. Let's be clear. Mariah Carey is my girl. Mariah Carey is my girl. So much so. You remember that tweet? I mean, I think, who was it? Somebody said that Mariah Carey was underrated and y'all booed them. And like, for good reason. Mariah Carey is a living legend. But counterpoint, I believe Mariah Carey is underrated and y'all don't give Mariah Carey what she deserves. Mariah Carey is one of the best songwriters of all time, and rarely is she brought up in the category. Rarely is Mariah Carey brought up in the category as one of the best producers, best songwriters, best hit makers. Like, there's people who do give her flowers, of course, but like, the fact that a lot of y'all be like, what does Mariah Carey do after Christmas? Mariah Carey goes back to being fucking Mariah Carey, one of the biggest artists of all time, the highest selling artist of all time, period. Like, people don't give, like, for example, Mariah Carey has 19 number ones, and a lot of people can't even name them because y'all don't give her due. All y'all talk about is All I Want for Christmas. Like, this woman does not have hits. Mariah Carey deserves so much more. Mariah Carey deserves so much more. A lot of people don't even, like, so like, it bothered me when people are like, Mariah Carey's not underrated. And then you're like, what's the last Mariah Carey song you listened to? And they're like, yeah, she is. Mariah Carey's still putting out good music. Like, she is. She is. Like, people don't give Mariah Carey really what Mariah Carey deserves. Mariah Carey changed the game. Like, I could go on a whole rant of how Mariah Carey literally changed the music industry, especially for women of color. How she literally changed the way in which women control the music that they make and produce the music that they make and write the music that they make, and all of, like, people weren't doing it. They weren't doing it. And no one brings her up in that conversation as best songwriter of all time. Like, she goes up there with the greats. She goes up there with the greats of best songwriters of all time. Mariah Carey, I want an album in 2022. I say all that to say, Mariah Carey, I want an album in 2022. Lizzo, they beat you up for that Rumor song. I didn't think it was all that bad. I didn't. I thought Cardi B's verse was good, and I thought the song was cute. Like, it wasn't the worst song of the year like people wanted it to be. Lizzo, let's come. Let's bring some heat, Lizzo. Lizzo, I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you. Normani, I'm not playing games with you, Normani. Like, come on. Give us a debut album, girl. SZA, come on. SZA has put out good music, sporadically these past few years, but let's go, SZA. It's time. Time for a full LP. Now, this is where I get to begging. Jasmine Sullivan. I'm begging. Like, I'm on my knees. I'm begging you to come with album. Because hear me out. A lot of you are like, she just put out Hotels. Shut the hell up. Hotels came out the beginning of 2021. So technically, it'll be almost 2 years at the end of the year. Like, she can give us something. And is Hotels an EP? Was Hotels considered an EP? I don't know. I could be lying about that. Come on. I need something, Jazz. I say Jazz. We're on nickname days. Jazz. I need something, Jazzy. Like, I need something. I need to know what the vibe. Like, some of these people, I just need to know what my vibe is. Like, some of these people really set my mood. Now, let's go to the list real quick because my camera is gonna die. On who I think is coming this year. Beyonce, I truly believe is coming this year. That's it. Beyonce's the only person who I genuinely believe is gonna come. Lizzo, I think Lizzo's gonna put out an album this year. I think Normani's gonna stop playing and Normani's gonna give us an album. Miley might come at the end. I believe. I have nothing for you. I don't think Paramore is actually going to come this year. I think they're going to take their time. I think Hozier is going to take his time. I think Frank's going to take his time. I hope all these people come, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, Case Defy, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. If you want to see more of me, hit me up on Patreon, which is as told by Kenya. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next one.